What is going on? Movie Mills. Movie Mills got some back-to-backs here. Sorry for no Thor Love and Thunder trailer. Trailer was awesome. We just schedules didn't line up. We didn't get the chance to review it, but uh great trailer. Anyway, thank you, Movie Mill patrons, Kimberly, Karen. Go get some merch. I got some on right now. Comfortables, all get out. Insane. But we're here to talk about Moon Knight episode 4. This is up to what the critics saw a month ago when there was a lot of complaints. A lot. I saw like 6. But here we are. We're just gonna talk about the episode. We'll have spoilers if you haven't seen the episode. So Kyle, go ahead. What did you think of this episode? I know you're a little down on no magic. There's no magic anymore in life for you. You're old. So what did you think?
Yeah, everything is meaningless. Nothing is sacred
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Everything's horrible.
Except
But
the
I will
mountaintops.
say, this this episode was not horrible. In fact, it
None of
got
them
me
are.
back into the show ever so slightly. Episode 2 and 3, while I liked them, they just were, not grasping my attention as much as maybe the first episode did. But episode 4 was able to throw me back in. For the first half of the show, I liked this treasure hunting adventure that they were going on. Like, for some reason, I guess thanks to like the Lost City recently, I've been in the mood for like these types of treasure hunting movies, and this one was this part of the episode was fun. It was a good movie. What can I say?
I was like, I liked Moon Knight episode 4 because of Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. Thank you.
Who would have thought?
There's the magic the MCU is missing these days. Anyway.
But yeah, I like that. I thought it was a ton of fun, and it still played into, all of the strengths that this show is offering, especially towards the tail end of the episode where it just completely flips on its head. All of a sudden, Mark or Steven or whoever the heck this guy is, he's thrown into a insane ward. Everything's not what it was, or maybe it is what it was. There's a hippopotamus in a pharaoh's office. What's going on? I don't know.
Big fan.
Big fan of a hippopotamus.
They don't get enough roles these days, dude. They don't get enough roles, and they're elite.
It's time to change that. But no, I was able to dig it because it threw me back in, because it was not going with the expectations I was having with the show, and it threw me for a loop in terms of story, and it's making me get ready for what's to come next, because I'm very intrigued by all the twists and turns that gave me. And like I said, the treasure hunting part was fun. I kind of wish the show felt a little bit more in vein of that first half of that tone, while still having the cerebralism that was happening throughout it. So anyway,
Kyle wants Marvel
nice.
National Treasure. That's what he wants.
Who says no? Who says no?
Yeah, I liked this episode. I don't understand when there's some flack after seeing the first 4 by some critics. I think it's a fun show. It's as good as it's a Marvel good fun show. I'm having a good time. I really liked the ending in the psych ward. What is this? Because everything was so white, is this, what he's seeing on his deathbed and it's inside of his own consciousness? Is this a reveal of this has been going on the whole time? That we were never actually on this adventure. It could go either way. I have a feeling it'll be more of this is the inside of his mind. And he's cast everybody that he has encountered so far throughout the show as these people. But compared to like that this was all in his head the whole time, I don't think it's going to go that route. I liked the banter between them getting to actually like be with each other instead of split personality in a body. It was 2 people. I enjoyed that. I liked the questions it asks with this hippo. I know it's some goddess in ancient Egypt mythology. So I'm just curious more. This is tapped into my, I'm with you on the treasure hunt thing. It's tapped into my love for like the National Treasure movies or like Indiana Jones, and like just us discovering things. It's tapped into my love for mythology with all the ancient Egypt stuff. So I'm digging the show. I don't really have a lot more to say about it. This might be my favorite episode yet so far, but I'm enjoying it. We got 2 left. Every episode's been pretty much an hour. I mean, everybody complained all the other shows. WandaVision was 20 minutes for the first 2 episodes or whatever. And this is what I want. I wanted this, whatever. It doesn't matter, because we're getting a 6-hour show. That's pretty good. So I'm having a good time. Any other thoughts on this? Or is this the shortest Moon Knight review in the history of the world?
Maybe a little bit the shortest, I would say. I'm still not totally taken aback by the characters. Like, I'm not as enthralled with them as I wish I could be, but the journey is at least the fun part, I will say. So there you go.
It's always about the friends we make along the way.
Yeah.
Always is. Well, I guess that's our super short review of Moon Knight. But actually, you know what? I'm going to bring up, because last time we brought up an interesting conversation about just Marvel in general, and I'm just going to pose this question to you because I've seen it happen lately. There's been this video going around from TikTok, a little trend that hit Twitter at the same time, of some people saying, "Hey, let's take the MCU and let's A24 it up. I want hard R." Insane stories that are involved in the MCU, and people are saying, like, give me a story of a man who was blipped and comes back. Like, it's just a hard hitting, like, deep drama, but that's where it takes place in. Some people are loving that idea, some people are not. What do you think? Is that how we get the magic back? Do we have to go A24 for Kyle here?
The rating isn't the problem. I just think to an extent creative storytelling might be missing just a little. And I feel like it doesn't hurt to look more in the direction of auteur driven storytellers, such as the ones that A24 hires. I don't see that being an issue. And it's a little bit split with Marvel. I mean, Marvel does hire, storyteller types like James Gunn and Taika Waititi. And then sometimes, they have a Peyton Reed, who's not a bad director, but I wouldn't classify him as necessarily an auteur type. So, and not everything needs to be gritty, dark, or R-rated, but I'm not against them, when it comes to some of the properties, to go maybe a little mature in terms of storytelling. But I think it depends on the property as well. Like, some of it has to be for the kids at the same time. Yeah, they're PG-13 movies, but we should also have something for all ages as well, which isn't a bad thing. So I don't know. I guess that's the quickest way to sum it up.
I don't want them to do like A24 style R-rated, gritty, realistic stories to in the Marvel universe. I mean, if they do it and rocks it, I guess I'll be happy. But like, I just don't see a need for it. I've never been a big fan of this. We have our tour filmmakers, and we have like our Michael Bays. I've never been a fan of that. It's all art. It's all storytelling. It's all subjective. You look at a Van Gogh, you look at what my kids draw in class, which is really better. Like, honestly, like, to me, art is just so subjective. It just is. That's just how art is. And I just don't really need that. I think the MCU is a great restaurant that I still enjoy going to. And I can go somewhere else for those restaurants. Like, I just don't need. I mean, if they hire a great filmmaker, I'm trying to, like an Alex Garland. If they bring in Alex Garland and say, "Hey, we want you to make this insane, horroristic, mind crazy thriller about a man who blipped and came back," I mean, I'm going to be interested. But it also doesn't need to happen. Sorry, what were you need to say something here?
Oh, I was just gonna say, when it comes to, I've seen that a little bit too with people saying that, but it also kind of seems like it's people who also don't watch those movies to begin with, like, or they don't see them very often, and maybe just expand the horizons just a tad. Like, you don't have to have those types of stories be in the MCU. You can, take the time to watch MCU stuff and then go see A24 stuff on the flip flop between the two. Like, that's what we do anyway. That's why, that we enjoy all types of movies. And I think some of these fan bases are, always in like the little pockets, and they say this stuff when in actuality they don't really watch them. I kind of feel like a lot of those are the types of fan bases that I come across that really spark up these types of conversations for the most part, but maybe I'm in the wrong here.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if we necessarily need those types of stories in the MCU. I just don't see it. And I don't think Disney will do it. But
no.
Anyway, guys, what do you think? What do you think of Moon Knight episode 3? All of our thoughts, or episode 4. Thank you, Moonmeal patrons. Go get some merch. I'll link down in the description. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share. And as always, thank you for watching, Mom.
See you guys.